Let's go. Yes, we're back. Players, coaches, fans young and old from across the globe, welcome to the Week 16 recap show of the Bigs. As always, I'm your host, I'm your commissioner, I am Timmy Westside, and it is always my goddamn honor to be here with you all recapping the greatest league in the world. Yes, week 16 come and gone. The checkered flag has been raised. The cars have crossed the finish line, some sooner than others. How did we get here? What happened? Let's find out together. Class is in session. And what did we learn this week? Well, 3 things we learned, as always. We learned that there's a predominant number 1. Once again, has the game up, in hand, feeling good. The rest of us slumming it. We learned that, having said that, I sound like a broken record. Crowded midfield. And someone has joined the pack. You guys were having way too much fun down there. I said, I gotta get on in this action. And lastly, we didn't learn this week, but we're gonna learn this week. Welcome to the All-Star break. So the week 17 lasts 2 weeks now because there's like 3 games from now until Wednesday. And it will run until Super Bowl Sunday when we are all together drinking beer, eating the munchies. Shauna, you'll be there too. Can't wait. Love it. Always fun when games come down to the last day and we're together and it's Sunday and it's super. Let's go. I'm getting ahead of myself. We got to talk week 16 and what happened. Well, started the show with them. The standings start with them. I got to talk about that game first. Yes, I am talking about the Breakfast Club. 197.7 over the Borland Backhanders, 180.3. The club, they got their little library cards and they're stamping them. You're not allowed if you don't have this card. One team club. Yeah, I'm talking about the number 1 team now. The Breakfast Club, the first team to 10 wins on the season. Stick taps. He now improves to 10-6. 197.7 was the highest point total of the week this week. Interestingly, no teams had 200 points. I don't know if that's happened. I know a couple weeks ago it was historically low, but I think we still had like 1 team with 200. Anyways, highest go-getter of the week. Snaps his 2-game losing streak. Back on track, where he belongs. Number 1. The points, the record, the stats speak for themselves. Who did it for him this week? Well, Samsonov. There's an I in front of it. You know I love my Ivans, my Igors, my Ilyas. Ilyagor Samsonov, 23.1 points, led the way for his team, his boys, the Blue Maple Leafs. Chris Verhaeghe, right behind him, 17.8 points. And David Pastrnak, 17 points, rounds out his top 3. Goalies, led by Mr. Igor Naminov. They went 5-0-3. Good enough for 47.9 points. Samsonov, Ivan, went 3-0. That's why he was his top player. Big difference this week was Wednesday. Lair had plus 13 points on the kid, and Sunday plus 9 points on the kid. You guys do the math. 17-point difference. Add those 2 days up. It's like a 20-point difference. Tight race all week. And the day-to-days back that up. There was never big swings, as I just mentioned. Other than those 2 days, I think they were all within. The other 5 days were in. I put them next to Sean's notes. Within 3 points of each other. So really tight back and forth. As you guys know, every game, every point matters. And when you can keep it tight, but then notch those big double-digit days, that'll get it done. That will be good enough for 10-6 for number 1 seed in the league. To my cuz, Mr. Shawner, the Borland Backhanders are now going the opposite direction. You know the emojis of the grass with the arrow going up? I wrote Sean's arrow going down. It's okay. I'm with you. 3-game losing streak coming at the worst time. Bad timing to go cold. He is now 1 game out of the basement. We'll get to that later. No spoilers. But as I said, it's got to be tough. Even though he was the second lowest point total of the week, back in the 4th game, really had a chance other than those 2 days, especially on Sunday when Larry punched his ticket. Small room for error. That's when you're going up against the best team, the highest scoring team in the league all year. Those days are killer. His top 3 were Andres Vasilevsky. Know that one. 24.6 points on the week. He led the league in points for. Evgeny Malkin, 21 points. And Tage Thompson, where he's been all year in his Barca lounger. What is a Barca lounger? It's a chair, but like, what's a Barca? 18.8 points. Those were his top 3, but they were not good enough. Goalies. Interesting tactic. It's a bold move, Cotton. See if it pays off for him. It's a bold strategy. He had 2 goalies going all week. They went 5-0. Hey, it's over quality, not quantity. They went 5-0, good enough for 41.9 points on the week. Talk about being efficient. I see that he has dropped now, Mr. Matt Murray. I mean, his replacement was beating the wheels off of him all week, so the kid had to do what he had to do. I feel that, buddy. Vasi top player, already said that. Pound for pound, always love to get this dick is too close to my face. Pound for pound, valiant effort. Only have 2 goalies going. You were outnumbered in games 64 to 58. You do the math. Those 6 games, if every player averages 3 points a game, 6, 12, 18, you lost by 17. Bam! Quick math guy. There's the difference. Sometimes you just don't have the Jimmies and the Joes. Let's move on. 2, game number 2 of the week. We were just talking about the best team in the league. But if you want to talk about the hottest team in the league, don't put your hand on the stove, kids. Because the comeback kid will get you. 196.4 over the rubber puckies. 189.5. Oh, so close, but not close enough. The kid just keeps coming. Too easy. Huge win for the fucking comeback kid this week. Excuse the language, I get excited. Big players, big games, big moments. They come to shine. That's what his team did this week. Opportunity. The fork in the road. One way was a dark, stormy clouds. You had to go through like a grizzly forest with like owls like whoo in the background. Spooky stuff. Other fork road was rainbow, castle at the end of it with Princess Peach there up on her gondola. Pergola. Nailed it. He chose that road because he could have been dragged down to the basement with Kendall, but he said, nah, give me that 2-game lead. I'm out of here. I'm playing too good. I've been playing too good to be there drudging it up with you. Had my stay in the basement condo with the meth head. It's yours now. Throw away the key. Hottest team in the league. As I said that. Back and forth. Back and forth day. The big day for Bootsy was the most important day. Saturday. He put up a 50 burger. He actually did it twice this week. As I said, no one had 200 points. 196.4 was good enough for the second highest total of the week. How do you do it? Who did it for him? Let me answer you that. Oh. Hope you hear that squeaky chair. Sponsors, Lazy Boy. Game chairs are us. I don't know who has office chairs. I need one. Sidney Crosby. That's why I got so excited. Good to see the kid back on top. 19.4 points. Led the way for the comeback kids. Followed by Mr. Bubblegum Man, Juicy Sorrows, 16.7. And Jackie Moon Hughes, 16.6. Top 3. His goalies, once again, very efficient. 5-1 on the week, good enough for 41.2 points. Second highest score this season. Second highest points against this season. As I said, luck, the tides of time, Lady Fortune starting to shift for old Bootsy Pants. 4-game winning streak. Hottest team in the league. 500 in a battle for third place with the big brother. I mean, that gets me pumped up. I gotta sneeze. Looking in the sun. There's no sun. Rubber Puckies. The inflatable muck ducks. That's why it's not called murder. If you know, you know. Tough loss. That's what I wrote. The first thing, tough loss for the Rubber Puckies. They now dropped to 6-10. They were the highest loser this week. Ken's always the highest loser. Keeney Bing ropes. Keeney Bomb. We're moving on. Mr. Keeney. This was the tightest game of the week. A Sunday push from Ken Dog was not quite good enough. Third highest score of the week. Already said that. Let's get to his top 3. Xander Barkov, 18.8 points. Matty Tkachuk, 18.6 points. This guy leads the Ottawa Senators in points and PIMs, just like the old man. Love to see it. That's the kind of guy you want to go into battle with. He'll get you out of that basement condo shit. And Mark, Mr. Fleury, 17.2 points. Those were his top 3 losers. Said it last week. I'll say it again. The goaltending is a problem. Issue. Your goaltenders are in the counselor's office, always getting into fights. Menaces. Menacai? Mennonites. Ken Dog had the highest scoring offense of the week, but he tallied it up with the lowest scoring goaltending unit of the week. 3-4-1 for 27.9 points. That did you in 7 points away. 1 win. Yeah, exactly 1 win. You get the 5 points, not the -2. Bang. Math guy on fire, buzzing. And then I have this to say about old Rubber Puckies. Last week was in a tight battle with yours truly. And I said, the Jekyll and Hyde. I compared him to Schvetch, Kane, and there was one other guy that came to my mind. And I was like, oh my God, Mr. Hot Cold himself, Patrick Laine. Well, add fucking Clayton motherfucking Keller to this list. Last Sunday, he goes out and gets a hat trick and buries me. This week, 3 games, averages 21 minutes of ice time per game, 0 points. Not one block shot, not one PIM, not one secondary assist, nothing. Goose egg. When you lose by 7 points and a guy's got an hour of ice time and does nothing, he's on the fucking list. Moving on. 6-10. Still in the basement, but company. Not really, but super tight. Let's get to the last game of the week. Yep. Mentioned that he was 8-8. How do you do it? Bang! 187.7 over Timmy Westside. 157.2. The Burt Macklin squad is now on a 2-game win streak. They are now 500 on the year, tied for Bootsy in third place. His two big days were Tuesday, where he was plus 15 points on me, and Friday, plus 24 points on me. Still didn't add up. I still didn't bring my A game, obviously. Again, problem. Who did it for him? Oh my God. I knew it was coming. And you know what? This is good because I have him later in my notes. Willie Nylander. 20 points. Fuck you. John Tavares, 17.2. Bo Horvat, 15.4. The Blues, the boys in blue, as you saw with Igor Samsonov, they were buzzing this week. And every time I looked up at the scoreboard, it was fucking Mr. JT and Willie snapping it back and forth, getting points for the kid. Fuck you. Fuck you, Sergei Bobrovsky. You're off the force. Having said that, his goalies were not good, but they did not matter. They went 3-5-1 for 33.3 points. You think, how do you get 33 points? A shutout goes a long way. I realized that because even I was like writing these down. I was like, you got over 30 points? Bang, shutout. Happens. Second highest offensive grouping of the week. That will help, and that will get you to 8-8. That will get you a win over the commish. I'd mentioned a couple weeks ago, Jake had a bad stretch. He went 2-5, trending downwards, slipping slowly into oblivion. Now, all of a sudden, Jake's 4-2 in the past 6. 2 in the past 6 weeks. He's had over 200 points. Connor had the downward spiral emoji, while Jake's is going up. Well done, Jake. Fuck you, Willie. Lastly, let's get to the commish. Let's get to Timmy Westside. When I lose, I know you guys like wait for it. You want to see me melt down. You want to see me just fucking lose it. And I'm like, yay, close. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If there's one thing, I was going to do it. If there's one positive that I have to fucking do all this research every fucking Monday, the spin cycle. This week, it put a positive spin on my team. Research teaches me a lot. When I was humming along, cruising, I even said it. I said, there's a chink in this armor. There's an Achilles heel. Trojan horse. The numbers did not back it up. Now they do. There are 4 teams. Me, Boots, Jake, Connor. Our point differential is no one has a bigger plus minus than 40. Like, we're oh so razor thin. I'm just returning to the mean. I told you I outkicked my coverage earlier. And now, as Kristoff's luck has turned for the better. Mine has finally run out. The positive spin. Middle of the pack. It's where I belong. I told you this months ago. It's coming up. It's showing itself. It's rearing its ugly head. My top 3. Cooch at 50.4. Stink. Billy Huzo, how you doing? Nice pickup from 14.8. Trevor Zegras, 13.2. Rushed through that because of my goalies. Beat the dead horse once again. Make or break. They are my team. I ride or die with them. And they are the reason that I'm not going to blow up this week. I'm not going to lose it. I'm a 500 team. I'm +2 over 500. Getting a little lucky still. Spin cycle. Positivity. Let's go. I had 4 overtime losses. I went 3-3-4 for 37 points. I had 4 overtime losses. Jake Ottinger went 0-0-3. Flip of the coin, that's a 15-point difference. Connor Hellebuck, my man, as you can see, not in my top 3. He's been my guy all year. Had an off week. 0-3. Squeaky chair time. When your top 2 guys in the group that you ride on so hard, when they don't show up, of course you're going to lose. 0-3-3 from my top 2 for a total of 10 points. The puck bounces a couple other ways. I make a game of this. Let's get to, as per mentioned, week 17. It's a 14-day matchup. We got the comeback kid, the hot comeback kid, taking on the icy cold Timmy Westside. We got the Burt Macklin squad taking on the Breakfast Club. I tell you what, Jake, you got to stay hot. You want to say, I'm here, I belong? No more Mr. 500? Go take him down. Go take down the big wig. And then we got the Condo Championship. The Rubber Puckies in the basement eating cold ramen noodles and showering with Brillo pans and drying off with old t-shirts. They take on the Borland Backhanders and they can drag him down and say, hey Roomy, get comfortable. All right, I rambled on much too long. Gentlemen, enjoy the All-Star break. Enjoy your week, and I will see you in 2 Sundays from now. You too, Shauner. Super Bowl Sunday, and we will find out how this all shakes out.